Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Now today's question comes from the comments of an old YouTube video. You know I'm in those comments, and if you have a good question, I save them and I answer them. So let's jump into it. And the question says, Katie, talking about anger and depression, I have a quick question. How can I build my willpower to do things? The only thing that makes me do things is when I have someone holding me accountable. It's the only reason I've been able to do homework and get out of the house. How do I hold myself accountable to do stuff? I just don't get out of bed if there's no one forcing me to do anything. And then I'm really frustrated with myself. I know I should be doing my late assignments, so why can't I force myself to do them? My first thought when it comes to this question is, maybe you're struggling with depression, and have you seen somebody about it or considered medication? Whenever I hear my clients telling me that there is no way that they can motivate themselves, they have no motivation. Unless someone's forcing them to do something, they just cannot muster up any energy to do anything. Get out of bed, shower, any of our basic needs. Some of my clients will lay in bed all day and not eat because they just don't have the energy or the motivation to do it. And so I would encourage you, if this is you and when I was reading this question, you're nodding along and thinking, yeah, what do I do? Please see someone. Talk to a therapist. Talk to a psychiatrist. And I'm only mentioning medication. I know many of you are against it. I totally understand. But in my experience, this is when we're drowning in the symptoms. We don't have any motivation. We don't have any way to get ourselves to do what it is we need to do. That's when medication can be our life raft. It can get our head above water enough that we can actually participate in therapy and use some of the behavioral techniques they're talking about. Otherwise, we just feel like we're drowning. We can't even get out of bed, and there's no therapist that can make us do that and be that motivation for us. We need a little extra help. Another point I want to make is, are you actually doing things that you really enjoy? Are there things you enjoy? Obviously, these are questions that pertain to depression, because if there are things we used to love doing that we no longer love doing, that's one of the main symptoms of depression. But also, are the things that you feel forced to do things you just don't enjoy at all? I know school and assignments are a whole nother ballgame, and those are things that we have to complete because we're in school and we have to complete them. It sucks, but it's true. But are there other things that you can do for enjoyment purposes? Hobbies, things you like? Fill your time a little bit more with those, because those can help elevate our mood, maybe enough to get our head above water so that we can do the things that need to get done every day. Also, what are your goals? I think it's important for all of us to have goals for each week, maybe even each day. You know I love my lists. Sometimes I'll make a list just to check things off, like I got up, check, made breakfast, check. Make sure that you're setting goals, small, achievable goals for yourself each and every day, because that can help us feel more accomplished, more motivated, and just overall better. But also make sure you have long-term goals, because things like school can be really tough in the moment, and it's hard for us to even get anything done. But sometimes if we have that thought of like, hey, I want to get out of my parents' house and move away and go to school and make new friends, those can be goals that we can reference. We can put up on a Post-it note maybe on your wall to remind you, because we all need those reminders from time to time. We all get stuck in the weeds and get sick of doing the same things. So having goals, putting them up where we can see them, all of those things can help keep us motivated, maybe when we just don't want to. And the last tip I want to offer is having someone that checks in on us. This could be online, this could be through text messaging, this can be any way that works for you. Have someone that checks in on you and you check in on them. Keep each other accountable. Sometimes that can be the motivation that we need to get out of bed. Have someone that texts you at like 10 a.m. every morning like, hey, did you get up? Eat breakfast? I'm doing it right now. It sucks, but I'm doing it. How about you? Sometimes we need the other person holding us accountable to those little goals, those daily goals that sometimes can feel so overwhelming and just impossible to complete. I hope you found this helpful, but as always, leave in the comments. What other tips do you have for people who are struggling with motivation? What gets you motivated? Let us know. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications, because I put out videos twice a week and you don't want to miss them. And I will see you next time. Bye.